The most progressive, democratic, and welcoming of all the Arab Emirates, it is known worldwide for skyscrapers, showy luxury, ambitious projects, and a welcoming attitude toward tourists. Alas, this prosperity has a downside, a very dark side. That's what we're going to talk about. The rules of life in Dubai are such that there is no concept of debtor. If you can't pay your debts, if you have no money, you immediately become an outcast. They can take away the last apartment, clothes and personal belongings, and the poor guy can be thrown in jail. This fate awaits all those who have not managed to make their way to the top of society. Moreover, according to the local laws, the responsibility for the failures in business rests on the company's employees, as well the employee pays for the owner's problems. Because of the lack of imagination among those who like to throw money away, any fashionable trend takes on a frightening scale. For example, the craze for wild animals as tame animals. The main thing is the appearance of the cattle, the size and ferocity, and the sheiks think last about how to care for and look after the beast. The formal authority in Dubai belongs to the federal monarchy, headed by Khalifa ibn Zayed Al Nahyan. The real power belongs to Emir Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He is the Emirates vice president, he is the prime minister, he is the chief banker and policeman. His influence over everything that happens here is limitless. And any disobedience is punished extremely severely, so in fact Dubai is a dictatorship. This photo shows the son of the Emir, Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, the next ruler of Dubai. Dubai's colossal scale and speed of development has a downside. Ordinary workers are forced to work without protective gear in the sun when the temperature reaches 48 degrees. Neither tourists nor the rich of Dubai spend 5 minutes outside the air-conditioned rooms while the workers are forced to work for 14 hours a day. The death rate is very high, but the emirate has enough money to compensate for the losses. Officially, the body trade is illegal in Dubai. But it is worth the darkness of nightfall and thousands of prostitutes hit the streets. Their services are not cheap, which can't be said for the quality, but if everything is done under the floor, it's hard to object. Everyone knows about prostitution, and everyone uses it, chuckling. After all, breaking the law for those who are wealthy is not a crime in Dubai. Those who actually build hotels, roads and villas in Dubai live in inhumane conditions. By the most conservative estimates, there are 150,000 laborers living in the slums of Sonepur, most of whom do not even have the means to eat. And these are those who do a huge amount of work every day. People here live like rats in a barrel, and the authorities carefully pretend that Sonepur does not exist. The Dubai police drive supercars and divide all the people into two categories: loyal citizens and rebellious foreigners. The first, as long as they keep silent, have all the privileges, while the second is a balance between going to jail or being deported. There is almost no crime in the emirate because the punishments are so severe that any bandit will immediately say goodbye to his freedom, even if his offense is critical of the authorities. Do you want to kiss a loved one, hold their hand in a cafe, hug them? Welcome to the casemates. The rules are strict even by the standards of Muslim countries, but what's worse, no one is in a hurry to educate tourists. It's easier to fine and punish right away so that others will not be punished. All the United Arab Emirates are afraid of two things: that America will stop protecting them from their greedy neighbors and that they will run out of oil. States, which just yesterday were formed as nomads in the middle of the desert, have no other sources of income. And given the scale of the costs, the cessation of trade in black gold would be a disaster. Dubai realized this before anyone else and therefore actively investing in the tourism sector to avoid being left with nothing. But the prospects are still vague. Brilliant Dubai has a very nasty side and, what is worse, it is a completely legalized tyranny. If benefits are created for 100 people and consumed by the one and only one, what's left for the other 99? Poverty and starvation, but that is how the underworld of Dubai and all other emirates functions. Migrants flock here in search of a better life, but they are robbed of their freedom, health and any opportunities for self-fulfillment. Only labor for the benefit of the owners. Because those in power live off the shelf, they often lack common sense and caution. The example is numerous accidents because nobody drives mopeds here and only supercars race along autobahns. Impudently, without observance of traffic rules and therefore constantly create emergency situations. Often fatal, but the survivors do not learn anything.